Hello and welcome to more Magic Carpet Jump. Last time we made it to Victory Road, or at least to the cusp of it anyway. This time, I will attempt to get through Victory Road in its entirety. I have enough repels to make sure I don't encounter anything, but I would like to showcase a few of the encounters here, mainly because you can get a few interesting Pokemon. Scyther is really the standout. I think this is the first point in the game where you can get them. So if you want to add a Scyther to your team as you play this game, now's your chance. Aside from that, Gyarados is here, but it's pretty uneventful. It's not like I was going to put any weather Pokemon this late into the game. Although, I say that I have repels, but in reality, repels only work if you're higher leveled than the Pokemon you're encountering. So we might still get encounters just because we are a bit underleveled. I did some research into the game, and it turns out that the Elite Four is leveled in the mid-50s range, so that's where I'll aim to be by the time we reach Lance. And what's likely going to happen is that I'll do some grinding in between this episode and the next, or if I manage to blitz through Victory Road at an unprecedented pace, then I'll do some grinding at the end of this episode. Munchan, we see Rapidash. Might be our first time seeing Rapidash, but we saw Ponyta before. And I know that this thing has pure power, so you see here that it really is going to do a lot of damage. And I should not have Moonlighted there. I thought I was just going to get outsped, and then it would die to Sandstorm anyway, so I went for Moonlight. That was clearly false. Sea King, okay. I think I will give that to Scourge. Oh, it has Levitate. I completely forgot about that. I hadn't even considered using Seeking on my team, both during playtesting and in this team, so completely whiffed that. That's my fault. This guy has 10 badges, that's pretty impressive. I did change the teams of the trainers here. I made them extra challenging. They have 5 Pokemon, they're high leveled, they have diverse teams with good moves. I say good moves, but I mean, not all of them have good moves clearly, since this writer just used Tickle. Charizard, we've seen before, shouldn't be too big of a deal. If I wanted to, I could have gone for Will-O-Wisp there. Blastoise, I would like to have the Blastoise on Blastoise mirror match, but our team's HP is slowly whittling away. If needed, I will go back and heal. The strength puzzle I haven't touched, so it's exactly the same as in the vanilla games, but the developers, the Pokemon team at Game Freak, clearly didn't feel that the puzzle was important, They didn't feel that the puzzle was important enough to include in the Gen 2 version of the Victory Road, because Victory Road was just completely empty in Gold, Silver, and Crystal, and as a result, in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, no trainers, no puzzles, just, you know, boring old straight road. That game had pretty rushed development, though. It took a long time to develop, and then I assume there were also hardware limitations. I'm not in no room to throw stones at game designers, though. I will probably just continue to use repels because even though we are getting encounters here. There are probably some encounters that are lower leveled than us, so it might help a little bit. And we saw Tauros there. That's, I think, new. No, it's not. I think we saw one at the Safari Zone, never mind. Fortunately, this Persian just swords dances. And okay, finally Miko learns Thunder by level up, which is going to be a pretty huge power boost. Golduck here, I want to give it to Surge, but I also don't want to get hit by a water type move, so hopefully we just get the one shot. We don't, but all he does is Poison Tail. Yeah, I'm kind of playing a bit fast and loose here with my HP. I have healing items, I'm just not going to use them. Here we see Mr. Mime. I can't remember if it's our first time seeing... No, it was on Sabrina's team, right? But thankfully we'll hang on from the Psychic there, and I thought Scourge was going to learn Dragon Dance, it just learned Sandstorm. It does learn Dragon Dance eventually, just not sure what exactly the level requirement is. Yeah, I should have done some grinding beforehand, since I'm going to have to do grinding anyway. But oh well, it is what it is. Yeah, let's just raw dog this trainer. That sounded... Don't take that out of context. Okay, right on. Our best matchup is probably Miko. And we can just switch Thunder for Quick Attack because I never use Quick Attack. Tauros... Okay, that's something that Nuvolette can easily handle, especially with the Rain boost. Executor is gonna set up Sun, but unless it has Solar Beam, it has Solar Beam. Okay, never mind, that's our first casualty in Victory Road. Luckily it's not a Nuzlocke. Yeah, realistically I could just brute force everything with Cold Front, and it wouldn't be much of an issue, but I really don't want to do that. I don't want to have Cold Front just be over-leveled here. And if I was responsible, I would probably go back and heal right now, but I'm not responsible, so is what it is. Also, you know what, yeah, I'm gonna stray off the beaten path here. I'm gonna get the item down here. Completely useless. I'm gonna fight this trainer and then I'll go heal and bring us back to where we are now. Okay, so we see a Charizard. Nimbus, we know, can take on those. Although, we are going to cut it close with the Sandstorm damage from Fly. Lapras we've seen as Dragon Fire. Cold Front can handle that with Weather Ball. Yeah, I think if I was playing in set mode instead of shift mode, the game would be considerably harder. And I have been complaining about the difficulty, so maybe I should do that, but at the same time that would just increase the frequency at which I need to go back and heal, and that doesn't make for very good content. But speaking of going back and healing, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, and we're back. Let's push the boulder, get rid of the obstacle, and make our way towards the goal. I don't think I fought this trainer yet. Luckily we get a good lead matchup, and that Cosmic Power isn't really going to help her. It's only going to prolong the inevitable. Wigglytuff we know is Psychic, so I can let Nuvolette. Now that Nuvolette got chipped down a little bit by random wild Gyarados' Boomerang as I was making my way back, but it's fine. Moonlight heals more than Wigglytuff can dish out. Chansey we know is fighting and is also very scary, so I will send out Nimbus, our best answer to that. Swords Dance, kind of terrifying, but fortunately it is very frail. Persian we know is also fighting, but I don't want Nimbus to get too overleveled, so I will give the experience to Scourge. Okay. Dugong is Water Grass, right? So Nimbus is still our best answer. Alright, Alright, I'll KO with the 4 times resisted surf, just to flex. Repel wore off, so we'll use another one. We have a few max repels in the back as well, just in case. Unfortunately, Gyarados is pretty fast, and Nimbus is pretty slow. Okay, I'll attempt to fight these two trainers here. They're romantically standing side by side on a date. How nice. This is also where I would choose to take my wife on our first date if I had the chance to go back in time. Cave. Yeah, it's also very romantic to fight random people who pass by on a date. You should take notes on this. It will be included in the quiz. Unfortunately, a grass type is coming out, and I would love to send out Miko or Snad, but I don't want them to get overleveled. So instead we can take advantage of the Rain Dish and witness Muck sabotage itself. That's very nice, always good to see. Yeah, Snad and Miko, also pretty bad matchups against Dugtrio. Parasect, though, is a good match for Snad. We can one-shot with Ancient Power, hopefully. Or not Ancient Power, with Rock Slide. Yeah, Parasect, as much as it is an interesting Pokemon, and I tried to do what I could for it, it's just... its typing is just so bad. Even Bug Ghost can't save it from being defensively frail. Thankfully, this trainer is offering plenty of good matchups for Miko, so even though I am destroying these two while they're on their romantic date, at least Miko benefits from it. And not even confusion can stop Miko from seeking out a path of destruction. Very characteristic. Alright, great sweep from Miko there. Now it's just Scourge and Snad that have to level up to 46. You can push that boulder into the hole, then push the boulder onto another pressure plate, and the end will be in sight. Kind of interesting, like, are these trainers standing here because they don't know how to solve the puzzle themselves, they need us to do it for them? Or are they paid actors? Like, are they just here to obstruct me while I'm going through Victory Road? Are they the challenges? Are they paid to stand here and challenge trainers? I don't get it. Ouch. Snad, unfortunately, I tried to get some experience, but random Water Pulse is just too strong, and Scourge has to pick up the slack. Dugtrio we can probably outspeed after an Earthquake, and Intimidate only puts us back at neutral attack since we got the Oni boost there. Plenty enough to dispatch with this guy's team. And we could do a double battle there, but the end is right here, so I might as well heal. I accidentally installed 2 instances of Microsoft Edge on my computer. Would you like me to teach your Pokemon a move, by the way? And I'm sure you can guess, but the move is Double Edge. And here we are. This is the entrance to Victory Road, and we get a hidden Lumberry just in case we want to do a strategy that relies on sharding off a status ailment. Now we can fly here at any time. So that's pretty nice. That said, there's plenty of time left in the video, and not much standing between us and the Elite Four, although I am severely underleveled. I'm like 10 levels underleveled. So I will go back, fight that double battle, and then I think I might do a mid-episode grinding montage and see if there's still enough time for an Elite Four battle. But if not, then I'll end the episode early and do a special finale next time. These two are trying to become champions together, which is all fine and good, but it's unlikely to happen if you only have, you know, 2 Pokemon. Although, Snad took a pretty big hit there. Might as well Rock Slide and just Boomerang the Nidoking here. Yeah, okay. So Snad catches up with the rest of the team. So we're all on the same level, and yeah, there's not much else to do aside from just grind, and there aren't that many places to do it, unfortunately. So what I will do is just go south of Lavender Town, where I missed all the trainers, clear them all out. I probably won't even record it since they'll be so underleveled that it won't even be worth putting into a grinding montage, and then I'll see if there's still enough time for the Elite Four. Okay, so that took kind of a while. I'm back here on the other side of the Snorlax. I didn't wake up the Snorlax. The only way I could be here is if I went south to Fuchsia City and then came back up north. And that barely did anything. Like, our levels are up by 1 or 2 across the board. So I'll do some grinding. I'll do some grinding in the Stevie Islands, fight some Chanseys, and I will end the episode with our team ready to face the Elite Four. See you when that happens. Okay, I haven't finished grinding yet, I haven't even started, but one thing I'd like to point out, we're here with Renata the Execute, named after the first commenter that any of my videos have ever received. And we're gonna attempt to thief from this Chansey. We should see that it has the lucky egg, which is how you get it in this game. That's really all I wanted to showcase. Also to, you know, honor the first commenter on this channel. Thank you, Renata. Very kind of you, very epic, and you get the modest-natured Execute named after you. Congratulations. Okay, that took a while. That took about 30 to 40 minutes with speed up on the entire time, but finally, everyone is on level 55. I should probably have brought us back on Indigo Plateau, but that's fine. With the experience share, it wasn't actually, not the experience share, the lucky egg boosting my experience, it wasn't actually that bad, and the Pokemon there do give some good experience. But it was really just a grind, nothing too unusual or outstandingly interesting. But let me recount the changes that happened while I was grinding. So no changes on Nuvolet's moveset, but I did teach Cold Front Thunder. So we have 2 Drizzle setters capable of using Thunder on our team. We have Nimbus, who also learned Thunder, so we have 3 team members capable of using perfectly accurate Thunder in the rain. We have Scourge, who learned Earthquake and Dragon Dance. I replaced Sandstorm and Boomerang for that. We still have Dig, just because it might, I don't know, it might come in useful at some point, I'm not sure. We have Snad, no changes. Actually, no, we learned Earthquake in place of Mudshot. Very nice. We no longer have the speed control, but it's fine. I don't think we need it. Our speed isn't that bad, actually. We have Miko, who I think, yeah, we learned Thunder before grinding, so that's nothing new. And that's it. That's the team. Naughty Nature, Sassy, Adamant, Lax, Naive. With that, I think I'll end the episode here. I'll buy a bunch of healing items and stuff, and the next time, we'll take on the Elite Four. But until then, thank you for watching, and goodbye.